Hey, what's up, everybody? Cowboy. It is 8:30 a.m. EST, and we're going to start. I think we'll start in the charts. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. Let me share the screen. Man, the system's like funky right now. Let's do this here. Okay. Like one of those mornings when you click on stuff, but your mouse isn't working, and it's like, it's too late to restart the computer. All right, there we go. There's Bitcoin. Okay, well, Thursday, I think we have some data that just came out. So let's actually start there rather than the charts. Let's take a brief look at the data. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So Thursday, unemployment claims, right? That's USD unemployment claims. And is the data out yet? We have to refresh. Let's go back a little bit here. Okay. Tuesday the 20th. Unemployment claims right in line, pretty much as expected. Really just a hair above expected. So this shouldn't really affect the markets too much. And then later today at about 2 a.m. EST, retail sales for Great Britain, more data overnight for Europe. And then we're going to have, a lot of like manufacturing and services data. So a lot of the production, if you will, manufacturing and service for the West. So for Europe, US, that's all tomorrow. And it will stop coming out at about 9:45 a.m. EST. All right. So let's see what the data did actually in the Forex markets rather than Bitcoin. We'll come back to Bitcoin. Well, let's look at the euro, where the move in the dollar is probably going to be the most evident. Look on a lower time frame. We'll go down to the 5. Chances are that it's just whatever movement happened in the charts this morning is just going to be money entering from the sidelines, right? Money waiting to see what the news was going to be. And if the news was just like not a big deal, then it would enter. And it appears that, sure, we had a little spike up and then price just kind of moved around a little bit. That's all there is to it. There's not much going on for the data. Spiked up, came back down, and appears to be heading in the same direction it was heading before. So that's good. And while we're on the euro, we'll take a look at what's happening with it. Okay, pretty flat. Euro's pretty flat right now. Looks like, not a whole lot going on. You've heard the term sell in May and go away. So a lot of times the markets just calm down for the summertime. People take vacations. School's not in session. A lot of people are just not doing things. So it does appear that we're seeing with the euro a bit of a range develop. And then we're going to jump into Bitcoin next. This is pretty much what I was looking at yesterday. I was looking at the euro crawling up, finding some kind of area at which to reject, and that area would be relative to this kind of resistance right there. So we can draw a line going out from that pivot point and this pivot point. So that general area, I expected price to come down. It more or less just kind of is revolving around all of this. So the better way to look at this rather than that is to look at the old range that was kind of that was created in this more or less of this area. And price is now kind of rotating in this range more or less right here. So I would be looking at this, as long as this range continues to develop, price will either break up or down out of this. And again, price is pretty much just kind of plodding along, not a whole lot. Probably a good day for scalps though, because the data is already out. So the data's out, not expecting any more surprises or any surprises after this. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm sure I can pull a little bit of money out of today. We'll see how it works. Let's look at Bitcoin. I know everybody wants to see the corn. So let's go to the corn. BC is KuCoin. Let's see in the comments if we have any questions or comments. Nothing yet. We have some people watching though. If you guys have anything you want to see, go ahead and ask for it. If you have a chart you want to look at, ask and I shall talk. Bitcoin is on a downtrend, although this move up last night was actually pretty strong compared to your considering. But you do have a downtrend, right? So a downtrend is identifiable by lower highs, lower lows. So as long as price rejects anywhere below here, where this is anywhere below that, will continue this downtrend. I'm not saying it's going to do that, but that is quite possible. Let's take a brief look at the algos. A little bit of pressure upwards still right now. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, overall, again, it's a downtrend on the daily. And let's look. I'm going to open this up to look at some higher time frame data real quick. We'll get that crazy screen up that makes everybody's eyes cross. Yeah. I mean, look, it's bullish in the high time frame, but as of now, we are seeing price want to retrace. So it almost hit that 63,000 I was talking about a few days ago. I had 63,000 as a place to which price would be attracted, and that was right about here. Right. And where did we get that number? Well, we took a look at the way the price has been behaving, this range that it's created over a high time frame going back to the beginning of March, where basically the price has been rotating from roughly 60,000 up to about 72,000. Right? That's been the range. That's where price has been rotating. And so as price is heading down and up, it also creates many ranges in these areas. So there was this area right here where price rotated. There was this area down here where price continued to rotate more or less and create a bit of a range. There was this area up here where price rotated before it started to break down, as it's been doing. And 63,000 is where on this bottom range, price continued to bounce, more or less, right? And that's down here at this level. I'll draw just a quick line right here. And I was also looking at 63 because the Kingfisher had liquidity in that area before. That's basically right there. So really it's like 63 and a half. Okay. And there's a lot of back and forth there, and also back here, you'll see it. So these are areas I'd be looking at. However, those might have changed a bit. So let's roll over to the kingfisher.io, take a look at our liquidity nodes. Wake up, Kingfisher. Okay, got a little messy screen here. And we'll grab liquidity. Okay, so a fair amount of liquidity sitting at 66,800 and roundabouts. So let's go ahead and mark that out, 66,800. And that's just above price. We're going to have to zoom in a bit here. Okay, so remember, this is the 18-hour chart, right? So the 18-hour chart is basically the daily. And 66.8 is where the liquidity is right now and roundabouts. So right about there, that yellow line, that means price. Right now, there's a decent chance price on a lower time frame will head up to 66,800. And then let's take a look. A little bit of liquidity down at 64.6, not a whole lot, but there's a nice spike down at 59. So the real question is price going to head down to 59,000, which is way down here? It may, right? Now, a lot of my guys over at Algo Factory, who are some good traders, are thinking the price may actually head down to that 56,000 low that happened pre-halving. And there's a little bit of liquidity there. I wouldn't look at it so strongly from a liquidity standpoint. Doesn't mean I won't go there though. because it could very well go there. But right now, if I were to kind of drop this down to a low time frame and show people a little bit of a relevant chart to trading, let the computer catch up. Here we go. I would look at, let's quick breeze the algo. Yeah, okay. So I think price is going to inch up to this 66,000, like 60, 668. So we might see price range a bit. It's going to have to take a little bit of a break, but maybe not long. Maybe it'll grab some liquidity right about here, I'm thinking, like right to here or a little bit below, and then head up. I think that's what Bitcoin is probably going to do, and it'll probably do it today. That's the most likely path for Bitcoin. Now, what happens after that is chances are, and this is just the chances, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but if the charts stayed, the algos stayed as they are, if nothing changes drastically, price will go up to this area like I just said, and then head down. And at least kind of go to the middle of this old range right here. So it should be about, like I said before, about 63,000, roughly there. That's probably the next stop. Now, it doesn't mean, we're in a part of the market where the volatility is super low. So there's going to be a lot of ranging price action. Price could just sit there and range. Might do a lot of things, but if I had to just say, hey, this is what I think will happen next, then this will be it. So I would be looking for on a low time frame trade. If I were to trade right now, though, I probably would be looking for some way to grab a long, like a continuation long, on the way up to that 66.8. And the way that would look, as soon as the computer catches up here, there we go, would be a grab of liquidity probably from this area. The price goes down from where it is right now, grabs liquidity maybe right about here, and then heads up. So I would probably look for some type of scalp in this regard. And again, I would need price to give you some clues before I enter this trade, because it might go lower, might go higher. But if it actually bounced right here, which is roughly 65.6, then I might have a little trade like this, like that. That's probably what I would look for today. Okay, well, I do hope that this was helpful. And this is just the way that I go through the charts and take a look, find some trades, find opportunities. Let me go ahead and get the private live lab going. I think V the Gorilla said he would be here today. He might not come until tomorrow. I'd have to look back at my notes to see what he said he wanted to do. But again, we do thank you for coming on. Looks like it was pretty quiet in the comment section, so people probably just were happy with whatever I was charting. But come on over to algofactory.tech. You can see the QR code on the top right-hand corner, okay? And this is where we teach you how to do a lot of the stuff that I just talked about. And a good portion of everything I did is price action, but you did see me peek at the algos. You saw me look into all that gobbledygook data at the bottom of the screen. And that helps me have some clues as to what price wants to do. And then I just rely on price action in order to get me a lot more data, like a lot more kind of precise data as to where price may go, so on and so forth. All right, well, we will go ahead and hop over. So don't forget algofactory.tech.
Join us or die.